So I got asked this question on my live like a few days ago, and I meant to do a video on this, right? A woman asked me, why do men push away a woman that really cares about him, right? Listen, the truth of the matter is, a man pushes away a woman who he ain't really feeling like that, he don't want like that. When a man pushes you away, it's because he sees somebody better, or he sees somebody else that he wants, or it could also be because in a rare occasion it could be where he may be healing, you know what I mean? He could still be healing from past traumas that he's dealing with, or he's not over his ex, over somebody else. That could definitely be that. But a lot of times, if a man is pushing you away, it's because he doesn't really want you in that way. So you have to understand, ladies, that again, a man, and I said this before, a man shows you what he wants, who he is, through his actions. Him pushing you away is a sign that he doesn't want you like that. In most cases, gotta look and listen to the signs and believe them.
Why men hurt amazing women they care about? 1. He suffers from low self-esteem. When he feels miserable, he takes it out on you by hurting you emotionally. 2. When he was little, he observed how his parents interacted and he adapted some of the behaviors. 3. He has a personality disorder which makes him hurt you as a way of manipulating you.
Alright ladies, here's a question for you. Do you think that a man can sometimes walk away from a woman he loves? Can he decide to leave you, even though he still has feelings for you? As a coach, one expression that I hear quite often is, always smile, I love her, but I'm not in love with her anymore, right? And what is the difference, you're probably thinking? Well, it means that he cares for you. He has deep affection towards you, but the attraction and romantic aspects got lost or weakened. And now he sees you as a friend instead of a lover. Now, whether this has happened to you or not, I highly suggest you to watch this video because I promise you, this will be one of the most important elements to understand when it comes to building a romantic relationship and avoiding painful heartbreaks and divorces, which I don't know if you noticed, but there seems to be a lot of that every day, more and more. So let's explore the 5 reasons men may leave the women they love and see what are those aspects that can make or break the connection between you two. Our first stop in this exploration is the subject of intimacy. You know, when it comes to love languages, I find the majority of men are driven by physical touch. Something that I noticed, for example, is when there's a group of men, okay, and they're talking about a first date or an exchange that they had with a woman, they always focus on the physical interaction first. You know, they mention things like, she kissed me this way or that way, her skin was so soft, the smell of her hair was incredible, right? It's all about the palpable details. I've met and coached several guys, okay, that were willing to compromise so many things. I'm talking, you know, being with a narcissistic woman, manipulators, thousands of red flags because they had a great intimacy with that woman. Like, I remember this guy in particular that he was going to move to another country for a woman, okay? He had been dating her for 6 months, and in my opinion, she was not a great partner, but these were his exact words that he told me: Ismail, I'm willing to go anywhere because no woman turns me on like she does. So imagine a scenario where the demands of daily life, you know, the stress, have led to a decline in intimacy between you and the man that you love, because these things happen, you know, slowly. They never happen overnight. It's a slow process day by day, and it's happened to me, so I know the experience that one day you suddenly wake up and now you're like roommates. You know, there's no passion, no romance, all is gone. Alright, beautiful. Our second point, let's talk about a man's needs, because I've discussed in many videos that a man who's with you solely based on satisfying his needs is likely to leave once those needs change. And to understand this, always consider there's 2 fundamental types of relationships that I always mention here. There's a needs-based and a share-based relationship. In a needs-based relationship, most men have a clear objective. They want something from you. You know, it might be your youth, your beauty, or something that strokes their ego. For example, imagine there's a man, okay, that is at a very low point in his life. He's feeling lonely and depressed. No one that supports him, okay? And let's say that you start dating this man, and now he's getting all this validation from you, boosting his ego, you're both having a lot of fun, but later, if he becomes successful, he has access to, let's say, all the things that he lacked before. Not always, but many times what happens is that he will start craving someone new, because in a way, he feels that he outgrew those needs that he had, and now he wants something else. And I'll put it in a simple analogy so you can understand better, but imagine that this man, okay, he's always thirsty, and you offer him water. Now, every time that you see him drink your water, he looks very excited and happy, right? But once that he's no longer thirsty, one day he can be, well, you know what? I'm craving something with a bit more sugar, so maybe I should go and find some orange juice. And there he goes to find that. On the other hand, imagine a guy that is not thirsty. He has many drinks, let's say, that he knows how to make. But now with the ingredients that you bring, he says, look, we can make better drinks together. He finds pleasure in giving you and building things with you, right? Because he feels that you are a teammate. He doesn't see you as someone who's there only to please him. I made a post on Instagram the other day, talking about what's the one emotion that a man needs to feel in order to fall in love with you. And the answer is the emotion of loss. The more you love something, the more you don't want to lose that, right? So imagine a situation where a man doesn't truly feel the consequences of losing you, because in a way you become predictable. And this is the essence of being taken for granted, right? He knows how you behave no matter what he does. Now, let's say that he loves you, but the internet, with all the dating apps, websites, Instagram models, suddenly triggers in him the deathly FOMO, also known as the fear of missing out. He sees all these other beautiful women, and maybe one of them starts flirting with him. If he takes you for granted, he might consider that, maybe I can go date this woman. If it doesn't work out, I can always come back to you because you love me so much that I know that you forgive anything. Of course, he's not going to tell you this, but that's what he's going to be thinking. I've seen this scenario a million times, okay, including in my own family. So if you ever feel being taken for granted, change the way that you're handling your relationship. And if you want more tips for that, I suggest that you watch my video here on the channel titled What Men Want in Women and Relationships. As we all know, people are most excited in the starting phase of a relationship, right? That honeymoon phase. And this is because our minds are eager to know more about each other, right? Our curious, let's say, human nature keeps us on the edge, wanting to see more. But then, eventually, slowly, things kind of start to slow down a bit, right? Now, when this curiosity turns into predictability, it can cast a shadow over the connection that you have. Just like I said with being taken for granted, a loss of curiosity can also lead to him and you feeling unfulfilled in the relationship. I've seen many couples that fall into a routine where every day is the same. Your partner knows your schedule down to the minute, and there's little room for anticipation or surprise. And think about this, ladies. If I were to give you a gift every week, and you knew exactly what it was, would there be any fun in it? Or if instead, let's say I give you a gift, but it was always wrapped inside a box, and you had to guess what's in it, that curiosity, will create certain excitement that you would always be looking forward to it every week. Therefore, in relationships, it's essential to maintain a healthy balance between togetherness and individuality, okay? Spending every single waking moment together, sharing every detail of your day, and knowing every move of your partner can slowly strip away the sense of mystery. So have your own circle of friends that you go and hang out with, engage in activities that fuel your passion, and allow your partner the space to miss you. So when he sees you, he's curious to see how your day has been and the stories that you have to tell. As the final point of this video, let's look at a critical aspect that many people don't think about, and that is the lack of intellectual stimulation. Let me tell you that men want to be challenged by their partners, okay? They may not say it, but I'm telling you, this is a fact. The thrill of engaging in thought-provoking conversations, sharing diverse perspectives and exploring new ideas creates an intense sense of connection. Now, think of a woman that always tells her man that he's the best at everything. He's the smartest, he's the most handsome, he's the hardest worker. Yes, that's all great, and trust me, it feels amazing to hear when a woman tells you those things, but sometimes you have to poke that ego a little bit, all right? Like, I'll give you an example with my last ex, okay? Sometimes I would finish a YouTube video like this one, and I would show it to her, and then she would say that she loved it, but she always pointed out, a couple of things that I could improve on. So obviously at first, I will get annoyed, right? Like most of men will react, and I will start arguing and saying, no, this video is perfect and I don't need to change it. But then as I looked at the video over and over, I would think about what she said, and not only that, every time that I finished the video, who do you think was the first person that I wanted to show it to, right? Because I knew that she would always tell the truth. She would also push me to do better. And I promise you that every man wants a woman like that next to him, okay? A woman that cheers him up, but also keeps him accountable and is not afraid to speak her mind.
Here are 9 reasons why men push good women away. Let's go. Number 1, he's afraid of commitment. Number 2, he's just not ready for a relationship. Number 3, he's been hurt in the past and he's just afraid that he might get hurt again. Number 4, he might be intimidated by the woman's strength, her success, or her independence. Number 5, he may be feeling overwhelmed by the intensity of the relationship. Number 6, he may not be mature enough to handle a serious and committed relationship. Number 7, he may have unresolved issues or traumas from his past. Number 8, you both have different goals, dreams, and values. And number 9, he may be feeling insecure or inadequate to be in that relationship with you.
You'll walk away from a good woman just because you know you. You'll stay with a whore because she'll never know who you are. It's more comfortable for men for us not to be known. That's why it's hard for us to stay down with good women, because a good woman will look straight through you and say, "You sad, ain't you?" "Nah, baby, what you talking about? I'm good." A whore ain't never going to ask you how you feel because she don't care. And many of us like that because we don't care about ourselves, and it feels good to be around people who don't care either. Because when people care about you, it challenges you to get better. When they don't, you can be whoever the hell you want to be. We are in trouble in this world.
One moment this year that I absolutely dropped the ball, and I literally regret that moment. I'm usually one of those people who's like YOLO and it's okay, you can do whatever you want, or no regrets. But this moment this year, that was for me the worst moment of my life. Long story short, I really met someone who I was really enjoying their company. I was enjoying the company that I had with that person at that time. They were really good, for my heart at that time. And then, me being the dummy that I was, there came a day where, bear in mind, me and this girl had kissed before, but we had already made the decision. We're like, no, this is just friendly vibes. But we had, kissed, and, there was a little something there. There was a little something going on there. And I remember, it came to I think it was my birthday. And I was just having a down day because obviously, I was just thinking to myself, of all the friends that you've had over your lifetime, only a handful of people actually wished me on my birthday. So I was literally having the most down bad day of my life. I'm just ugh. But that girl, being the angel that she was at that time, she literally just brought me a chocolate. She's like, hey, brought me a chocolate, brought me a note, in an envelope. And I was like, damn, this girl is just such a nice person. But me being the dummy that I was, that same day, because obviously we were just friends at that time and we weren't really looking to progress it into anything serious. So that night, I'm like, I'm gonna go out, just go have a little dinner and whatever. But while I'm out, I happen to see people that I knew, and I'm like, okay, cool. I get caught up now because obviously these people that I knew are literally we having fun, we chatting, and I'm specifically speaking to this one person that's there. And you know, bearing in mind, like, you know, we had made a decision, like me and this other girl that I was speaking to, that like if anything did happen, like let's say like I went out and saw someone else or kissed someone else, that like we should let each other know, or that like she should let me know and I should let her know, you know. So I'm like, okay, this is where it's at, you know, like, you know. So I'm out now. I'm a bit down, you know. I'm also a bit like, you know, I'm feeling a bit loose, I guess, to an extent, but I'm still a bit down, and like I'm having these really, really great chats right now with this one individual, and I'm like, yo, these chats are jumping in so much, and that same person's like, you know what, you know, we're gonna go to a second location if you want to come with us, and I'm like, okay, sure, you know, because I'm having fun. I'm not in anything serious. I'm not in a relationship. What's the worst that could happen? You know, what's the worst that could happen? I'm just gonna have a good time, go home. What's the worst that could happen? Go out. While I'm out, you know, that girl, we chatting, and then, you know, like she's starting to like basically offer herself up to me, and eventually what happened was that like we ended up kissing. You know, long story short, we ended up kissing, and I went home. You know, like we kissed and I went home. Obviously, me being guilty about what I just done, because I woke up and I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl bought me a chocolate, and then that same day I go and kiss someone else. I'm like, so I had to tell her, you know, I told her, I'm like, nah, bro, like, I'm sorry, but I kind of kissed someone yesterday. I hope you don't get upset about that. And then, you know, after I told her that, she was just like, oh, okay, I think, yeah, you know, I'm telling you, things were never the same. Things were never the same after I did that. And like, it literally just kept going downhill and downhill and downhill until it came to a complete end. Like, it ended completely. And I was just like hurt, bro, because I'm like, bro, that girl, I didn't even like want, the girl that I kissed, I didn't even want to like know her like that. I didn't even want to like date her. You know, I wasn't trying to make anything serious. Well, I'm not trying to make anything serious with anyone, but like, I could have like, you know, missed out on that. But I did it. And then now I lost both of the girls anyway, because like I didn't want anything with the second girl. And then with the first girl, she was too upset, and then it kind of ended. So I'm like, bro, how much you gonna drop the ball, bro? That was literally for me the most dumb moment that I had this year. Like literally, that's the only thing that I regret this entire year. Like I still think about that girl. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, how did you drop that? And I'm like, and the problem is like, that's not me. That what hurts me the most, that's not me, bro. Like, of all the me's that I've had in my life, that me has never been me. The me to be the one to make the mistake first in a situation has never been me. I'm usually quite respectful, minding my business, staying in one place, like calm energy. But like for me, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, the problem is that like obviously with this one person also, there were things that she was doing that I was just not happy about as well. So I was like, nah, bro, don't take care of, don't hold on to other people's emotions and take care of other people's emotions. And then one day when they break you, you're gonna be like, oh, but I was taking care of your emotions. And then she's gonna be like, but who asked you to? You know, because I've done that a million times. So nah, bro, that day was so rough. Like next day, I'm just like, I woke up and I'm like, bro, you couldn't chill, bro. You couldn't just chill just to see this thing through. And I'm still hurt, bro. I'm still hurt, but like, it is what it is, I guess.
It's a lot of women watching this that sit there and says, I done seen it a million times.
Yeah.
I'm everything that they want. And then for some reason, it just falls apart. They switch up on me. It's because he didn't know his purpose. He didn't know his vision. If he doesn't have that, he doesn't know who is and who isn't supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And I will always say this, man, like we've kind of alluded to, if woman is supposed to be the helpmeet of man, you got to give us something to help you with.
Got to.
And if you don't have a purpose, then what is she coming in to fulfill? Yeah. What is she coming in to assist? What is she being brought into the equation to actually help build? You don't have nothing to give her, right? If women are multipliers, the one thing you can't multiply by is zero. Let's talk about it.
Facts.
You got to at least give one. Give us something. But when you don't have nothing to give because you don't have a vision and a purpose to work towards, then she can't come in and help you. And she's going to naturally be trying to help you. And all it's going to cause is arguments, because you're going to be sitting there and it's going to be challenging every fiber of your being. I just don't know. I'm confused. I'm lost. You got to find that first, brother, before you start dating these women.
Man, listen, if you don't know it, you can't do it. You can't lead them.
Let me say this, bro. The worst loss of a good woman is whenever she's still physically there. That's the worst loss of a good woman. Because what's happening then is one thing if she just leave you, like, you know, no, I'm done with you or whatever. But whenever you lose that good woman, but she's still there, it's like, man, she loves me so much and loved me so much.
she still wants to be here. But even she can't grasp her old self in the way that she saw me, in the way that she opened up to me like she did before. So now every day, it ain't like when she leave you and it's like, dang, I lost her, she go with another dude, I'm gonna get another girl. It's like, I gotta see her fight this battle for her old self, for her ability to love me, and lose every day. I gotta see her fight for the safety that she once felt whenever she looked at me, and lose because now she looks at me as somebody who can traumatize her all over again. Every trigger, every conversation that she bring up to throw something back in your face is her losing the battle because you made her fight that battle.
Hey girl, I don't know who needs to hear this, but men don't run away from women. They actually run away from the parts of themselves that they need to fix to actually deserve those women. There's a difference. It's not about you. It never was about you. It's about them.
Here's why men push away a woman, okay, who cares about him, all right? Somebody told me to do a video on this on my last live stream, and I told him I would, so pay close attention to listen up. Number one, oftentimes when men do this, it's simply because of the fact that, and this is hard truth, but they talking to somebody else or they found somebody else, okay? They have a lot of options, especially if it's a dude who has a lot of options. If you got a lot of options, he'll probably do this, all right? He probably found somebody that he thinks or deems as a better fit. Number two, oftentimes men push away a woman because they are not in the best place in their life, okay? Especially if this is a woman who is kind of like pushing towards wanting to be in something serious, more serious than they have been, okay? He's like, nah, I ain't the best place financially. I ain't ready to settle down, this and that. And number three, oftentimes it can be because he's still healing from his past relationships and trauma and experiences, okay? And he may need or feel like he need more time. So he got to let you go, push you away. Like a Chef Part 2.
A man shouldn't stay in a relationship with a woman who disrespects him. Why? She is not just limiting you. She's attacking your psyche. She's damaging the greatness within you. She's taking from you the good things that have been invested in you by God. She's attacking you. She's an evil person. Because by the time she finishes attacking you with that disrespect, you will feel so bad and so disappointed with your life that you will be unable to produce value. So instead of moving forward, you will keep going backward. So the best solution is to walk away from such a treacherous bastard. If a woman disrespects you with her words and actions, that woman drains your emotional, mental, spiritual energy. That woman diminishes you. That woman damages you psychologically and mentally. You feel diminished as a man when you're disrespected by a woman. You feel lower and less than you are as a man. You feel belittled when a woman disrespects you. It is not the reality of the situation, but the words that she says and her actions, they are damaging, they are dangerous, they are deadly. You see, that atmosphere of disrespect, it will destroy your dreams. That atmosphere of disrespect, it will choke you to feel as if those words are unaliving you. She doesn't have to raise her hands or use something on you. No, those words of disrespect, it damages something within a man, and a man is unable to thrive and blossom in that atmosphere of disrespect. And a woman who disrespects a man like that, who speaks such evil, wicked, unkind, insensitive words, that woman, such a woman, is usually an unfaithful, ungrateful, disloyal, treacherous bastard who will never invest in such a man. A man will struggle and work hard and try to make something good out of his life, but such an unfaithful, ungrateful, disloyal, treacherous bastard will disrespect him and still expect the man to make provision. To make provision, bastard. To put down his money for her. No. If she will not respect you, she doesn't deserve your provision. She does not deserve any form of provision from you. Walk away from disrespect. Protect your mind, your psyche. Protect your emotions. Protect your peace. The only solution to disrespect is distance. Distance yourself from that treacherous bastard. Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
No man leaves because you made a mistake. They leave because you made it a habit. Too many women get comfortable disrespecting their men.
If you hurt a good guy, he will never look at you again. He will never even think about you again. It takes a lot for a guy to break up with you. Men don't like to break up with women. Men like to keep women around, and a lot of men will keep a woman to a certain distance to where he can tolerate her, but he won't effectively let her go. A lot of times men will let go of a relationship because of their actions. They'll mess up, they'll start to care less, and it will often cause the woman to break up with them. The majority of breakups are women breaking up with men. But when a man comes to you and sits you down and says, hey, I don't want to continue this anymore, and he breaks up with you, that is a red flag. That is a 911 emergency. That is something that is typically going wrong, more so with you. I'm not saying it's every situation, but men don't break up with women like that. So when you hurt a good man, not only are you doing him a favor by helping him find somebody better, but you're also going to haunt yourself for the future, because that karma will come back. And when you're unable to find a guy that takes you seriously and you want to go back to him, oftentimes you'll find him not even knowing your name, not even having your number saved, and completely moved on and giving everything that you wanted to another girl that probably deserves it. It's always easy to break up with a good girl. And this is the thing. Guys will easily break up with a good girl because they know that you're a good girl. They know you're not going to go out tomorrow and go talk to 10 dudes. They know that you're going to be upset. They know that you're going to be crying. They know that you're going to be hurting in your heart because you love them so much. They know, and they have that sense of security, but it hurts them a lot later. It destroys them later. There is one thing that a man will never forget, and that is a woman that was good to him. A man will never forget a woman that was good to him. He may not give her the respect and attention and care that she deserves, but he will never forget a woman that was caring, loyal, respectful, and just there for him in his time of need. A man will never forget these things. When they start to let the time pass, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, a year, they start to get a little concerned when they don't hear from you, when they don't see you, when you're looking better, when you're eating better, when you're reading more books, when you're traveling, when you're taking care of your health, when you're taking care of your skin, your nails, you're really living life in passion, you're bettering your career. They start to understand, like, yo, did I mess up? Did I do something wrong? When they don't hear from you for like 6 to 8 months, that's where they really start to feel that pain, because in their head they're solidifying, wow, she really doesn't need me. Wow, she might be talking to somebody else. And that reality destroys them. The good girl is easy to break up with, because she's going to always be loyal, she's always going to be trustworthy, she's always going to be someone that you can rely on to not go out here and talk to a bunch of guys. That's the thing that guys fear the most. But when you do that, when you go talk to a bunch of guys, they feel more reassured in what they did. But when you do nothing and you just better yourself and you stay calm and you let those emotions just kind of ride out, and then you really focus on your life, that's where they really realize they messed up.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, will scar a man more in his life than realizing he let a good woman go. For why he did it, insecurity, jealousy, not feeling good enough, it will literally haunt him for the rest of his life, watching that woman get the man that she deserves to be with because he just simply could not step up to the plate.
I've never seen a man fumble a good woman and have a good life. Like, I've just never seen it. And honestly, I want to be proven wrong. But every time God, let's say, blesses a man with a really good woman, like an angel, that's not perfect, but she wants to try. She wants to be there for you. She's supporting you. She's thinking about your goals and dreams. She wants to build a life with you. And you fumble her, or you cheat on her, or you don't appreciate her. And then you lose her. Let's say you break up with her, she breaks up with you. I've just never seen men come back from that. Like, when they get that blessing and they like lose it, God takes a while to bless them again, because a lot of times a lot of men don't understand that favor that you're getting on your life is because you have a good woman next to you, either praying for you, pushing for you, working with you, making sure that they're grinding with you, seeing where you're failing so they can come in and try to help you out. But when you lose that woman, or you push them to the point where they no longer even want to try anymore, the comeback is hard. Like, it's really hard for you to come back from that. And I haven't seen many men like fumble good women and come back from it fast. Like, I've seen it take years, months, where it's like their quality of life was one way with this woman, and they were living this life. They were living this great life where they're making the money they love. They're, dressed for success. They look amazing. They feel amazing. And they start feeling themselves. They start feeling like, like they don't need that woman. They need to get a better woman. They need somebody that looks better. They need somebody that does more. And then they end up fumbling the gift that God gave them. And then they think, oh, I just got to get it back on my grind. No, you lost your favor, because your favor was with the person that you were with that was praying for you, that was fighting for you. And then you mess with that person's heart, or you broke their heart, or you broke their trust. And now you need to go learn that lesson. So you have to go change. You have to go get better before God can bless you with another blessing like that. He has to see that you can handle it, because the first time he blessed you, you lost it. So I would really, really encourage people to really think about that. Like, you guys can say it in the comments. Like, have you ever seen a man like lose a really good woman, like somebody that was really rooting for them, and they come back from it fast?
When you have this valuable woman that most men crave for, you fuck it up because you'd rather sacrifice the relationship you have at home for a woman that's not worth shit. And then when you get confronted about this, rather than accepting accountability and realizing you're about to lose the one person that actually sees you worth more than what you actually are, you would rather blame her for it? You want to blame her for being the reason you cheated on her? Do you not realize how stupid that makes you look?
There's one thing that a man will never forget, and that is a woman that was good to him. A man will never forget a woman that was good to him. He may not give her the respect and attention and care that she deserves, but he will never forget a woman that was caring, loyal, respectful, and just there for him in his time of need. A man will never forget these things.
Us men, immediately we realize we lost a good woman. Like, we feel that essence of a good woman just gone immediately. It don't take years. It don't take a few days. It don't take the moment we lose a good woman. A man understands we have lost something precious to us. She might have been a woman that I didn't have to ask, hey, I'm on my last stick of deodorant. She just see I'm on my last stick, she get it. She gets soap in the house when it's low. Goddamn me. She goddamn have my work clothes out when I just fall asleep and I'm dead tired. I forgot to put them out. Like, it's the little shit. Our ego or our selfishness or our immaturity blew that opportunity with that woman. And in the moment that happens, men know that exact moment we have lost something special.
Hey y'all, it's Life with Tan and I'm back with a word. We're going to talk about why men don't value good women until it's too late. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Let me start off by saying it's not because she's not showing up, she's not loving on him or pouring into him. For remember, a good woman is going to be consistent and she's going to show up, even on days where she's tired or where it's not being reciprocated. So it's not because of her lack of doing, it's the lack of appreciation. He's taking you for granted. It's when a man becomes too complacent and comfortable that you're going to keep showing up as a good woman to him. Remember, a good woman is solid. She's consistent. But the moment she put her foot down and she's fed up of not being appreciated, he's going to feel her absent. Now he's reminiscing on all the ways you held him down. He knows that no woman is going to match your energy, loyalty, or your patience. And that's when it hurts. He's lost a real one. But then it's too late. Ladies, your worth isn't value in how much you're doing. It's value in his ability to appreciate what you're doing. Now let me know if y'all received it in the comments. Bye, y'all.